Hey, witches of the moon. Eliana! Oy, sorry, my daughter is insistent that she sit here with me. So, hi, I am Jess Spellbound. I am your Wednesday hostess. And this week we are talking about blood magic. So, I try not to watch Natalie and Jen's video because I don't want to be swayed by what they say. So, if it coincides with what they say, it is what it is, and we have similar viewpoints. But I think that blood magic has a very special role in magical workings. So let's talk about, first and foremost, how we get the blood, right? So for me, it is very simple. I have kids, I have animals, and all of them I do protection work for, and usually I will just use their hair. A little trim off of any of them isn't going to hurt them. They're not going to know the difference, and I can put them in little bags and they last forever. So that is a good alternative, but blood magic is something that you use. Eliana, oh, you found a pretty rock. Surprise.
I saw a pretty rock.
You did find a pretty rock.
I'll put it in.
Yeah, put it in your bag. That's fine.
Nobody take it.
So blood magic is something that irrevocably ties you to your magical work, right?
I put this in.
It is
Mommy, I put this in.
No, you can't have mommy's nail polish. Please put that down. It is something that truly binds you to your spell work. There is no turning back when you use blood magic. That's why I mentioned protection magic, because protection magic isn't... protection workings aren't something you're going to go, oh no, I don't want to be protected. You can't undo something you do with blood magic. You just can't. It is there. It is the bond between you and whatever energies and forces you choose to be using. Hey, stop. So that loudmouth is my chihuahua, which kind of leads me into the second part. I'm sorry, they're under my table. Guys, boys, out. Come out from there. So I was saying about a natural bloodletting. I don't know if I was saying anything about that, but natural bloodletting. Let's move along then. When one of my kids gets a cut, and I use a napkin to blot it, it then gets stored for blood magic. Again, for protection. Or for...
This.
Honey,
What's this?
those are for makeups.
This mine. This mine.
No, it's Gigi's actually. So I would do a natural bloodletting. Now, it is... I'm sorry. It is not typical for me to use anybody else's blood but my own. I will add, like I said, if my little one... Ellie, stop shaking my table, honey bunny. If my little one falls and gets a cut, I will save that napkin. If I'm at home, it's not something that I often... Get out from under my table. River, Ford, come out. But I do typically only do blood work for magic. For protection, for magic. I don't typically do it for a whole lot else. I have done it with divination, and I do plan on doing it some more with divination. I'm trying to take it out of the bag because I'm excited. I'm excited, you guys. Okay, so I just got this. It's not going to stop. This is my very first pendulum. I've never owned one before, and so I'm excited to use it. And the first thing that I thought about doing with it was some type of ancestor work or spirit communication, and in that case I will use my blood as a way of directing it to contacting ancestors or family members that have passed. So for me to make the more direct link from me to an ancestor, from me to a relative who has recently passed, I will use blood, because blood calls to blood. I don't know, but that's just my take on it. Now, I was thinking about using my blood in a working that I'm going to be doing. I do have some of my blood because I cut myself a lot cooking, or if I'm chopping things, it does happen. So what I'll do is I'll take a little bit, I'll squeeze my finger a little bit, maybe over my leftover ashes from previous incense, because I do save all of those in a jar.
I use this makeup.
Yeah, you can use that.
I put it in the back.
Sure. She wants a makeup brush. So I will then squeeze out my finger. Sorry, I'm getting texts in the meantime. I will, like I said, put it over the ashes. Or I will take a petition paper that I have, and I will just squeeze it on the petition paper until it stops bleeding. So with doing that, with saying that, I was thinking, and I haven't decided yet, everything, different things work for different people. So I am going to make up my own mind eventually. But I made this candle because I am applying for a new job. And then I found out that one of my neighbors is also applying for the same job. And I want the job. So I was thinking about burning one of the petition papers with my blood on it to secure the spell work to me, in a way of making sure 100% that energy that is directed in getting this job and in manifesting.
Mommy, I'll put this close.
Sure.
My
in manifesting this job for myself that is directly tied to me. This is one of my dream jobs, and I have ways of working up the ladder, so to speak. I really, really want it. So I was thinking about doing that and talking it out. Actually, right now, I think I'm going to. Because it directly ties that spell work to me. It directly ties that energy of manifesting something better for myself, for my family, to me. There's no straggling energies. There's no way of somebody else being able to hone in and tap into my energy.
I put this on.
Yes, go ahead. So why I say that is, we all come across people in life that, I feel like this term is a little bit hooey, which is silly, right, coming from a self-proclaimed witch, but a psychic vampire, if you will, an energy, someone who just sucks everything up. So it's like, if I'm here and this person's here, anything that would be coming to me is now getting completely cut off by somebody else. I think that it is part of having like the evil eye put on you, or not necessarily a curse, because this person isn't a magic worker, isn't an energy worker. But I think that enough negativity thought by somebody else about you does influence the energies that are trying to make their way to you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye, baby.
I'll see Shannon's doing.
No, Jana's asleep.
Mommy.
Hey,
Mommy.
can you do your homework?
Jana.
All right, go see if she's up, but don't let the puppy in there. So that's why in this particular case, I was considering using the blood to tie it directly to me. There will not be any interruption in that energy going out or coming back in. So, I don't, right, you guys, okay, so there's a certain way to do things, and I don't typically curse people. I don't typically put hexes on people. I've done a few freezer spells, and, sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't, and I don't believe in putting out negativity in any way. I know certain cases call for it, but I am not. It would be very hard pressed to get me to do something that would affect somebody else. Now, I also know for this other person that this job would help them considerably as well. But you know what? I think I'm better for it. I really want this job. So aside from any feelings that I have, or whether or not I knew this person, I was going to do the spell. But because I do know this person, I am going to do the spell and add my blood to it. So that is what another way to use it. If there is something that you want tied directly to you that cannot be undone. Now, I want this job. If I don't get the job, I don't get the job, okay? But I'm not going to go into what I want to do, because that is all up to the individual, what you're comfortable with, what your guides are telling you, what your spirit, manifestation manager is telling you to do. That's up to you. That's a personal choice. But any type of blood magic needs to be thought of long term, and thought of carefully and considerately. I don't think that blood magic is really something that you do just on a whim. That's why I said, even for this job, I was thinking about it. It was a decision that I really wanted to take my time and think about. So that is where I stand on blood magic. Divination, I love blood and divination. It is awesome. It has a way of really just making sure that you are contacting your ancestors, your family who has passed on. It is very precise. It is a very precise way of doing things. Now, of course, you can do it without it. You can contact whoever, you want to try your hand at contacting whoever you want. But for me, I really like the connection that happens when I add my blood into the mix. So really my stand on it is divination. And in any kind of spell work, really think hard about the consequences of that spell, what you want that spell to happen, and do you want to be tied to that spell work for eternity? You don't want to cast lightly with blood. You just don't. So like I said, protection, awesome. But you can also use your hair. I wouldn't use blood in protection work like just on regular protection work. I would, when I add blood into the mix of protection, it is my major protection overhaul once a year. Not the little cleansings and protection spells that I do throughout the year. It is for the one major one where I walk around my property with the black salts. When I'm walking around my property, I've got my thing of black salt, I got sage, I've got sweetgrass, and I've got the blood, because I want, for me, the ancestors of this land to acclimate to me, and for me to acclimate to them. I want us to have a smooth transition into working with one another, to getting to know one another. Your land is my land is your land. We are all kumbaya, okay? But anything above that, just really think long and hard about how you want to manifest things. Use spell work to your advantage, right? I mean, if you got the tools in the toolkit, I don't know why I use tools. I have no idea about tools. Okay. If you got the bakeware, use it to bake. Okay? That's what I'm leaving off with. All right, you guys, I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday, a wonderful witchy Wednesday, and I will see you all next week. All right, blessed be you guys, and congratulations to the winner. Woo! Can't see my hands because I'm using a small phone. Okay, all right, blessed be you guys.